Roopkund, also known as Skeleton Lake, is a high-altitude glacial lake in the Uttarakhand state of India. It gained notoriety in 1942 when an Indian forest official discovered hundreds of human skeletons stockpiled in and around the lake. The skeletons are estimated to be between 300 to 800 years old, and their origin remained a mystery for many years. Several theories have been proposed over the years to explain the presence of the skeletons at Roopkund. One popular theory was that the skeletons belonged to an army of General Zorawar Singh of Kashmir, who had perished in a hailstorm while crossing the region in the 19th century. However, this theory was debunked after forensic analysis in 2004, which revealed that the skeletons belonged to a group of Indian pilgrims and local porters who had been struck by giant hailstones in a single event in the 9th century, during a Hindu pilgrimage called Nanda Devi Raj Jat Yatra. However, in 2019, a 5-year-long study conducted by the Anthropological Survey of India, Kolkata, revealed that the skeletons belonged to 3 genetically distinct groups and were deposited at the lake during multiple events over a 1,000-year period. The study found a South Asian group, whose bones were deposited between the 7th and 10th centuries in multiple events, a group of individuals of Eastern Mediterranean ancestry, originating in the island of Crete, who died in the 19th century in a single event, and one sample that had Southeast Asian origin, also from the 19th century. The presence of non-Indian groups at Roopkund Lake remains a mystery, as there is no historical evidence to explain who these people were and what they were doing in the far reaches of the Himalayas. Situated 5 days from the nearest settlement in Uttarakhand state, the week-long trek spanning more than 50 kilometers sets off from idyllic Himalayan villages that are no more than a cluster of traditional houses. Passing through ethereal mist and moss-covered oak forests, the trail then winds along expansive wildflower-laden alpine pastures, locally known as budyals, that occur only above the height of 300 m in the Himalayas. Lofty Himalayan peaks soon come into view and dominate the horizon for the next couple of days. The highest point of the trek at 5000 m is Junagali, a knife-edge-like ridge with a 360-degree view of the high Himalayas and the rugged glacial landscape. Roopkund lies 200 m below this ridge. The treacherous, steep climb to Junagali has led to a running joke among trekkers that one wrong step could easily add more bones to the existing pile in the lake. Nearly 80 years after Skeleton Lake first captured the world's imagination, that simple joke doesn't seem too far. According to the legends and myth, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati were on their way to Kailash. Goddess Parvati, before commencing on this journey, had killed demons. She wanted to have a bath but couldn't find any rivers or lakes nearby. Lord Shiva then dug his Trishul, trident, into the mountain and created a lake. However, the more logical answer would be the lake is thought to have been formed as a result of a meteorite impact. About 800 million years ago, an asteroid impact is suspected to have created a crater much larger than the remnant lake. The new evidence pointing to the presence of groups of non-Indian origin at Roopkund Lake was a shock, as there isn't any historical evidence to explain who these people were and what they were doing in the far reaches of the Himalayas. Questions remain about the group of individuals that matched closest in ancestry to modern-day Eastern Mediterranean people, in terms of their reasons for visiting Roopkund and whether they were European travelers or locals with Eastern Mediterranean ancestry, or about whether there are other sites in the region with such accumulations of human remains. The site remains highly disturbed and unpreserved. Over the years, skeletons have been moved around by trekkers and even taken home as souvenirs, posing a challenge to finding an accurate answer in the future, despite potential advances in science. The 2019 study's anomalous insights have understandably caused much flutter, But the more important consideration is that if an analysis of just 38 samples out of hundreds of bodies threw such a curveball, what other surprises are buried in the icy grave? While we scratch our heads in bewilderment and wonder, the skeletons at the lake continue to confound. At Roopkund, the mystery of the dead lives on.